Yo, what's good YouTube? Zamcro here, aka Scoop, back with the International Trainers League. We're in week 7, and this week we take on Blue Victini and the Montreal Monfernos. Montreal Monfernos. Am I saying that right? I sound like I'm saying that wrong, but I know I'm saying that right. Anyways, he brought Manaphy, Victini, Megalopunny, Skuntank, Tangrowth, and Zapdos, and to combat this, well, we didn't know, so we didn't know we were going to combat this exactly. But the team we brought was Landorus Therian, Umbreon, Lucario, Rotom Wash, Togekiss, and Mega Alakazam. So, I predicted him to lead with either Victini or Megalopunny for the either U-turn or the fake out. So I led with Landorus Therian, who is my choice scarf user. So without further ado, let's just jump into the battle here. This is post-commentated, and we had this battle a while ago, so I may be a little rough on the plays that actually happened, so bear with me a little bit. Here I hard switch out to my Umbreon, predicting a Hidden Power Ice maybe, and I didn't want to miss my Stone Edge. So I switch out to Umbreon as he goes for the Toxic, which is actually fine with me because I have Synchronized, so he's going to be Toxic, which means Zapdos, who is a problem for my team, is now Toxic. So it is on a timer. Predicting him to switch out here, I'm going to go for the Baton Pass. And he withdraws as predicted, and he goes into Victini. So here, I can Baton Pass out, and I can bring in my Rotom Wash. And I can go for the Volt Switch, predicting him to either hard switch out or go for the U-turn. And he does go for the U-turn, and he gets a critical hit. So he brings out the Tangrowth as expected, and I go for the Volt Switch. And now I can bring out Umbreon again. And predicting him to either switch out or maybe stay in and go for the knockoff, I'm going to go for the Toxic. He does switch out as predicted and goes into the Megalopunny, his Lappy the Megalopunny. And we do get the Toxic off, and it lands. So this is good. The crit on Rotom sucked, but we're not in a terrible position just yet. So we can hard switch out here, and predicting maybe Landorus to come out or Togekiss to come out. He could very well go for the Ice Punch, but I went out to Togekiss because I can live 3 Ice Punches. But you know he gets a critical hit. It's a crit! As Shady Penguin would say. Anyways, here he can just pick me off with the return after the Ice Punch crit. That's very unfortunate. Now we are in a bad position because Togekiss was one of our... He was like an ace in the sleeve or something. He was a trickster. Anyways, now I can bring out my Landorus Therian, which is choice scarfed, and predicting maybe Superpower. He switches out to his Zapdos as we go for U-turn. We go for the U-turn, and we're just going to go right back out into our Umbreon. And now predicting him to switch out, we are going to... I think we go for the foul play here, predicting the Victini to come out. But I believe he brings his Megalopunny out. Yeah, he does. So we get the foul play off here, which does decent damage, even though it's resisted. I think it's resisted. It is resisted, but we get decent damage because Megalopunny's attack is pretty high. So here, we're going to hard switch out. I'm going to hard switch out into our Landorus Therian here, because he's either going to go for the high jump kick or the return, or maybe the fake out. And he does go for the return, which will do about 45%. And then toxic damage builds up. So here we can go for the U-turn, predicting him to switch, but he actually stays in, meaning he's going to live this and be able to fire off one more attack. And knowing that he would go for Ice Punch, if anything, versus my Landorus Therian, I'm just going to bring in my Rotom Wash here. And Rotom Wash will eat this Ice Punch. The way the match was going, I'm surprised I didn't get frozen there. But at the same time, I'm very happy I didn't get frozen there. So now we have our Rotom Wash in with about half health, but we have a Rindo Berry, meaning if he brings Manaphy out, as he does, and goes for the Energy Ball, we'll eat our berry, and we will not die, and we can get the Volt Switch off. So we get the Volt Switch off, and we do about 45 percentage-ish, ISH-ish, and we bring back in our Umbreon here. Now I should have packed Roar or Yawn, but I didn't, and he goes for the Tail Glow as we go for the Moonlight. So knowing I can still live any one attack, I'm going to stay in and go for the Baton Pass as he attacks, and then I can bring in my Landorus Therian, and I can go for the U-turn and go back out into my Umbreon and pretty much sack it off so I can bring in my Alakazam for free. That was my thought process anyway. But as we Baton Pass into Landorus and decide to go for the U-turn, he's actually going to switch out, as you can see. And he brings in the Tangrowth. And that means we're going to get super effective U-turn damage off, but it's only going to do about 30%, 35%-ish. And sorry about that. It sounds like I'm saying percentages, but I'm saying ish on the end, like close to or something. Regardless, here I'm going to go for the Foul Play, predicting the Victini to come out. And he does bring the Victini out, and knowing it's got huge attack, this Foul Play is going to do massive damage. Now here we can just sack off the Umbreon, because like it wasn't going to be able to do much anyway. And if he went for the V-Create, we could have come in with anything and got some major damage off. But he goes for the U-turn, so we're actually going to get initiative here. But he goes into Zapdos, so we don't really have much to deal with the Zapdos, since Rotom Wash is weak and Togekiss is, was killed early. Togekiss couldn't deal with this anyway. But we're just going to bring out our Mega Alakazam, and we're going to Mega Evolve as he brings out Garbage, the Skuntank. But I believe we predict this, and we actually go for the Dazzling Gleam. We trace the Aftermath, which actually has some kind of value. It's actually a valuable move. Knowing he probably has Pursuit, and I can tell he's Assault Vest by the damage, I'm going to stay in, and the Pursuit will just do over half. And we actually try to switch out this turn, predicting him to not want to Pursuit again, but he doesn't, and we do die. So if we'd have got the Dazzling Gleam off, and then he went for the Pursuit and killed us, and we got the Aftermath damage, we could have maybe scared him off. But here we're going to bring in Lucario, and we're going to go for the sweep. We're going to Swords Dance up, and we're going to try to go for the sweep here. And he reveals Fire Blast, which is fine, because we can live this. But we get burnt. We get burnt. Oh my god. So we got to go for the Bullet Punch here. Get the knockout. I didn't want to go for close combat because I didn't want my defenses lowered or anything like that. But it didn't really matter because the Aftermath actually brings us down to where the burn kills. So this is a very unfortunate game. Hacks to death pretty much. But we have our trump card in Landorus Therian. We're going to go for the Stone Edge. We're gonna hit the Zap Dust for super effective damage. Almost picking up the knockout, but he's gonna be able to hit us back with the Hidden Power Ice. He's gonna get his Leftovers recovery. Poison damage. And we're gonna send out our Rotom Wash, who has little to no health. And he's gonna be able to go for the Thunderbolt and pick up the last knockout of the match. And we're going to lose 4-0 against Blue. Couldn't do much that match. We played as well as we could. The only misplay I didn't like was I went for the Volt Switch on the Manaphy when I could have went for the Pain Split and got major HP back. And then when I tried to switch out my Mega Alakazam knowing he had Pursuit, that was dumb. I could have got the Dazzling Gleam off. But besides all that, I think we played pretty good. We used Switch Initiative to keep momentum on our side for most of the match, but the crits and the burn, we just couldn't overcome it. Good game nonetheless, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.